I'm waiting for the line.
You can't.
No, we're not going to make you wait. How's that one?
That was not bad.
Okay, not making you wait anymore, folks. We're back on Santa
We're going to leave them on?
Hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. Anyways, Gazette Radio Hour, Doug and John. John, what do we got?
So I was thinking, it was a big event in Canyon Country. I didn't go. Neither did Steve Knight. The Canyon Country Advisory Committee had a meet and greet with the candidates.
Well, maybe Steve was a little busy.
We have our friend of the show, Alan Ferdman, on. Alan, you're there, right?
I am here.
Oh, good. Well, you're not here. That's good.
Hi, Alan.
So how is the forum?
I thought it went very, very well. We had 4 candidates there. Of course, Mr. Knight was unable to attend. He was in Washington, but we had Mr. Vince, Mr. Caporio, Mr. Moffitt, and Mr. Baumberger.
Okay, and did anything happen to change your opinion of who you were going to vote for? Dun, dun,
well, see, now that's something that I can't do for you.
Oh, okay.
We guarantee that when we run these forums, that we don't fact check it, we don't endorse. But I think that the one good thing about it is that now, between the forum the Siegel ran and the forum that we ran, you've heard from all 4 regular candidates and the 1 write-in candidate.
There you go. All right.
I'd like to back up a little bit, Alan, because the Gazette ran a story about Mr. Moffitt didn't attend the Signals forum because he had death threats, and or his wife was more than him, afraid for his safety. Was that an issue at your forum? Did he have security, or what was that?
Well, at first, yeah, it was an issue. We had contacted Jeffrey, and he had first indicated that he might not attend because of security concerns. And so we offered if necessary, to go get some security for him and also to provide a place where his family can sit out of the public view. But as it turned out, we didn't need to do any of that, and he brought his own security team with him.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, all right, let me ask. I will ask the question another way. You ready? You ready for this? You know I can do this,
Yeah.
Alan.
Yes.
Remember, he's a lawyer, Alan.
Was there anything that surprised you with the candidate's position on any particular issue?
Well, actually, the biggest thing that surprised me was Baumberger. He's a write-in candidate, lives here in Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has 0 to no chance of actually coming through, but he did a spectacular job, and I thought that he was very impressive. And you ought to listen to I'd ask people to go listen to that part of the video, because he was very surprising, very nice young man, and I can see we're going to hear more from him in the future.
And you can get all those videos on YouTube, right?
They're all 4 of them are on YouTube. They're on the Alan Ferdman channel, and yes, you can view them all you like.
How does it feel to have your own channel? That's pretty cool.
Hey, I channel with all kinds of videos.
So with now the meet and greet format is kind of different than just a typical debate, isn't it?
Yes. Our meet and greet format is we use that whenever we have more than 2 candidates. And what we have is we have a microphone set up in the front of the room. We don't provide canned questions. We ask the audience, people that, just regular old average everyday people, come up to the microphone and ask your question. And so therefore we have no idea what they're going to ask, and neither do the candidates. And so it makes it very interesting.
It does. Just out of curiosity, was there a particular vein of questioning that carried on? Because I've been to a lot of these. I couldn't go. I was busy with Steve Knight. No, not really. But it seems like one person will ask a question on a very important topic, and then the next person will follow up, and there seems to be like one common theme throughout the night. Did that happen this time?
No, you know what? I really didn't. I did really see that this time, but as usual, we have certain individuals that will ask the same question of every candidate. And
yeah,
so,
that's true.
You'll see on the video when certain people come up, they'll say okay, and it almost sounds like they're having a conversation because they know what's going to get asked. Okay. So it's interesting, and it's really from a standpoint of what's important to the individuals that are there. And sometimes it's a little surprising, but Social Security was a big part of the issue. After Mr. Knight's comments at the other forum,
right?
So everybody wanted to ask those questions, and I thought it went really well. It's people are very responsible when they actually have to go nose to nose and ask the question themselves. So the questions aren't normally outrageous. They're normally pretty close to the kind of questions that you would expect to get asked.
We're talking to Alan Ferdman from the Canyon Country Advisory Committee.
What? You interrupted me. You had a question. Go ahead.
I forgot what it was.
Oh, well, why don't you tell me you forgot?
Oh, I know what it was.
He's waving me off, and I'm like, okay, go for it,
I'm
Doug.
waving you on. My pet peeve that not Trump doesn't talk about it, Hillary doesn't talk about it. I remember Steve Knight talked about it on his last campaign a little bit. None of the when we had 17 candidates for the president. My big thing is the national federal debt. Did that come up at all?
No. Actually, that would be a good question. You should come to the next one and ask that question. I tell you what, in July, Mr. Knight has said that he would be available and he would come to the Canyon Country Advisory Committee.
Okay.
So that'll be certainly after the primary is completed, and
right.
So what we're intending to do is we'll also ask the other primary candidate to show up as well, and we'll use a real debate with questions coming from the audience. So that's the one I'd ask him.
Gotcha.
That's not a bad one. All right. Hey, Alan, I know you're also running for city council yourself.
Yes, sir.
How's that going?
Well, I think it's going good. You know, right now we're the area is kind of bombarded by all the people in the primary, and we expect that. Well, first of all, we don't actually register for the election until July, and so it's going to be after the primary. We're going to be going hot and heavy. You can expect to see us. All the people out there can expect to see us in the 4th of July parade. I'm going to have a really great float, and we'll, from that point on, it's going to be hot and heavy city council.
Sounds good.
So your opponents so far are Cameron Smythe and Bob Keller, and of course you've announced, but I know one of the incumbents, Mr. Tim Ben Boyson, is not announced. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know whether I thought that he. I don't know whether he's formally announced yet, but I'm sure he's running. So you'll see those four at a minimum. Those are going to be those four will be going together. And in August we'll do a meet and greet at the Canyon Country Advisory Committee. Of course, I won't be running it, but I'll be sitting there participating in it, and we'll have the same thing. People can come up and ask us anything they want.
Is there any rumors in the wind about somebody else joining the fray besides the four that we talked about?
Well, no, not really. There's always rumors floating around, but from the people that I've spoke with that had run before, like Gloria has indicated she's not going to run. Stephen Daniels also. I'm not sure whether Mr. Chowdhury is going to run or not, but I don't think there's anybody new that we haven't heard of that is either indicated they wouldn't run and we'll know exactly who it is in July. That's going to tell us.
That's the registration
date.
Get
to change their mind, and that's just the way it is.
All right.
All right, Alan Ferdman from the Canyon Country Advisory Committee and friend of the show, an all-around great guy.
And candidate for city council.
And a candidate for city council. I always forget that part.
There you go.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Fun.
Alan Ferdman, everybody.
All right. So, Doug, I have to apologize a little bit.
That's new.
Because I said I can't wait for the NBA season to at least get to the finals, and I was pretty confident that it was going to be Golden State and Cleveland. I think everybody else was doing the exact same thing. Wouldn't you say so, Doug?
Yeah, but
I don't know what I'm talking about because you were busy during the show. You put your phone away.
I got a business to run.
I'm out.
I disagree, though, with you guys because I think these two series, the atmosphere, the competitive.
You said two guys. Should we welcome our
I'm sorry.
guests?
Yeah, sorry. He's been sitting here for a
hey,
half
everybody.
hour.
Yeah, it's
Why don't we introduce him when he walks in?
I just call him Mr.
Mr.
Sports.
Sports,
Mr.
yeah.
Sports shows
there
up.
it is.
So Mr. Sports, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was supposed to be over. We were supposed to be almost in the finals already, right?
Right.
Well, no, the NBA they schedule it out. We would be no basketball for
You
like
didn't
2
let me
months and then
finish
the
my
finals
point.
start.
My point was you guys in the past have said the NBA is boring. And
It is.
In the regular season, I would
Right.
agree. But you have to agree with me. These two series that are going on right now have been anything but boring, except for maybe the game 2 nights ago with Cleveland and
And the Cleveland-Toronto
Toronto.
one is weird because it started off really boring, then all of a sudden it was really entertaining, and now it's boring again. I guess tonight we'll see for sure.
because it's back in Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know how well they...
John, it's
Boring.
not.
That's
You need
boring.
Kyle Lowry to actually have a good game, which apparently is hard for an all-star to do all of a sudden
It's
in the
difficult,
playoffs.
you know, that's hard to do.
it's hard to have a good game every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know about that series, but Golden State and Oklahoma City has definitely lived up and actually gone over the hype that it was.
But is it just
you
the
know, that was there for
basketball that I mean? 'Cause to me,
Yes, it's been good
it's
basketball.
the first.
It has been.
I don't think it's been good basketball.
Yes,
Really?
Oklahoma passes the ball. It's fun to watch them play offense.
Yeah.
The way they
I'm gonna
pass
have to.
the
I'm gonna
ball.
have to. I'm gonna have
There's
to go back and
three
watch it.
potential MVPs in that series alone. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of MVPs candidates. Steph Curry
but-
obviously won, but then you have Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
sorry.
I mean, the floor is stacked with superstars.
What I appreciate is a regular season, there's a lack of energy. In these
Right.
games, there's intenseness.
I will
Yeah,
make it an effort
definitely.
to try to watch a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's on tomorrow.
It's-
You don't
yeah,
even have
but
to make
not-
that effort tonight. You could tune this one out.
Yeah, but I'm also busy tomorrow. I'm watching the University of Maryland women's lacrosse team and the University of Maryland
you're not.
men's lacrosse team in the Final Four. Thank you very much.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It is for me. It's all that matters. Okay, that's
What's,
all I have
is that
left.
on the Big Ten Network?
No, it's actually on ESPN.
Wow.
Really? ESPN 3?
ESPN 2, jerkface. I meant that with the utmost respect, but come on. No, I mean, at this point in time, it is. I mean, the Stanley Cup final, it's going to be Pittsburgh. Just write that down. I hate it. I don't want it to be Pittsburgh. I'd rather it be San Jose, but I don't see anybody being
okay.
Pittsburgh. It's
Right.
like, yeah, whatever. I don't like until you get to the finals, and maybe these games will be more entertaining. I don't know, but I don't find them entertaining. I tried to watch the one the other day when Oklahoma City won by 20 some odd
Well,
points. Oh, they got within 8. And everybody's, it's in Oklahoma, and they came down and hit a 3, and that was basically as close as they got.
Well, I think that makes it exciting because to be honest, to be truthful, I watched the second half. I don't watch the first half.
Well, you like
That's
to see
always a
people
good
get
idea.
kicked
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the
That was
nether
some- that
region.
was-
You
something
guys
else.
both seem to be a fan of all that, the whole Draymond Green stuff.
He liked it. He likes to see people get kicked in the nether
I
regions.
don't. I was shocked he didn't kicked out of the game, and I was
I'm
shocked that he
and then
not
he trips
suspended.
Cantor the next game, and
Well,
then
that
he
one
kicks
was-
Russell Westbrook in the face the previous
Yeah.
game. He's just doing it to show that you can get away with it, because he can, because they haven't suspended him yet, and they can't now. Otherwise, if they do it now, the
Why
NBA
did
will
you
be
do it
like,
before?
"Oh, okay,
Well,
yeah, exactly."
Isn't there? Did he get technicals on those plays? I mean, I
No.
wasn't. Really?
No, he doesn't.
Why wouldn't he get teed up for that?
Because he's Draymond Green. He's
So there is-
necessary to the. If he gets one more flagrant foul, he's also suspended. So they can't.
Okay.
They can't upgrade anything to a flagrant. They can't do anything.
It makes
they can't
zero
touch him.
sense.
Because I remember a couple years ago. I think it was Phoenix was playing, and somebody stepped on the
Amari
court.
Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
See,
I'll
look at
never
this.
forget that.
Stepped on the court.
Yes, and was suspended.
And was suspended.
Yes. And
Right.
we lost the series because of that.
Yep.
Exactly.
To who?
I don't remember.
Was that the Spurs?
To the Spurs? It was
I think
somebody
it-
where it was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
was-
think it
I
was.
think it's the
this was a
Spurs.
conspiracy. This was
Yeah.
a conspiracy. So the Lakers got the second pick. That's good news.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean,
They're going either Ingram or Simmons, depending on who Philadelphia takes.
I
I don't know why you wouldn't want Ingram. I would like Ingram over Simmons.
I'd
to be
rather
honest.
Ingram over
I'd
Simmons.
rather
I
Ingram.
don't know whether I want Simmons. That's the problem.
Simmons has
Simmons
the,
and D'Angelo Russell.
he has LeBron James
Could
style.
we play with 2 balls? Could we play with 2 basketballs? That would be great. Because how you can't do that.
No.
All right, I like to change the subject. Go
Uh,
for it.
you always
do I,
like to
do
change
I
the
have
subject.
permission?
It's
What are we
your
talking?
name. Your name is the first in the show. I think you have
Yeah.
permission.
Thank you, Mr. Sports.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm,
Welcome
I'm,
to the-
I'm stepping over you, Joe.
I know. Welcome to the John and Doug show.
The Jug show.
And of course, it's the Dodgers, my team. But here's something's bugging me. Did you see when Yasiel Puig hit that shot 2 nights ago? And he thought it was out, so he stood at home plate admiring.
no.
And it hit the wall.
hit the bottom of the wall.
That bothered me because he's immature.
He's a showboater,
It's what
yeah.
Dave Roberts, the manager, said that night.
When
but
he benched him.
Yeah, he benched him. Okay.
Good call.
But the next day, the quotes from Roberts were, "No, I'm not mad at him. I really don't think he messed up. It
It's
was
a
unfortunate."
learning process.
Yeah,
It's a
that drives me
learning
nuts.
process.
Why?
Because what do you
why
think
is
Tommy
learning-
Lasorda would do, or Vince Lombardi, or any hard
Bench him.
Bill
like they did.
Belichick? You don't
Well-
think they would have gotten their face in the locker room?
That's true. Well, I
I'm
mean,
just
Bill
saying,
Belichick.
Vince Lombardi probably would have gone, nice play, where's the football?
John,
I mean,
you know, that's
apples and oranges,
It's an
Doug.
analogy, man.
Well, Bill Belichick, he'll bench you for fumbling, and you're probably just off the team after
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
So that all seems like an over exaggeration. I think he's young and he's learning, and he benched him and he probably chewed him out, but he probably kept it nice.
I know.
For the
It's just-
public ear.
I'm kind of old school. I think.
You want to hear the chew
Dave
out?
Roberts should have came out and said he screwed up. He shouldn't have done it. It was a stupid move, and I told him that.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
It'd be
but
nice to know that
to
he was
me,
held
that's
Do you
accountable.
really
But I
need
assume he was held accountable.
Do you really need to call your players out in the press?
I don't know.
You got to be able
I
someone
think
that
I
you
would
trust.
have
No.
respected Roberts more if you did.
But would the
don't.
players trust him after
Yeah.
that? Be like,
That's
oh,
true.
yeah, that's the
Then
one. That's
next
the one
time-
problem.
Then the next time a player messes up, it's like, oh, I'm going to get yelled at in
yeah.
the press again. I mean, it just doesn't. That's not as smart.
I generally don't feel like athletes and coaches like to talk to the media anyway. They always have scripted answers for everything, so I don't believe they even really want to speak to the media. So they probably don't want to call anyone out in the media as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed every time Doug says, I want to change the subject, he never really lets us know what he's going to change the subject
That's
to.
the fun of it.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
like, I want to change the
Thanks.
subject. How about NASCAR?
I want to change the subject. How about tennis?
Yeah,
French,
exactly.
French Open. No, I'm
French
serious.
Open. I
French
like
Open.
French
No
I
Nadal,
know.
no Federer.
No Nadal.
I know
Well,
nothing.
So Djokovic is just
Djokovic
gonna.
is
They're just gonna hand him the
it's like a
trophy
walkover.
today. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like a walkover. That is one of the coolest things to see is watch them play on clay and watch them slide and hit the ball at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how they move the way that they do. It's a different movement than any kind of sport that there is
and
out
then
there.
and then it's the Williams sisters, right? I mean, pretty much.
Oh yeah, well I mean Serena,
It's
Venus.
Serena, yeah.
Venus I don't know. Venus is not as good.
Yeah, not as good. How would that must be horrible
To not be as good.
to not be as good as.
But don't
your
they have like a
sister.
third sister?
Yeah, I think I have a third sister.
It
who's
must be
got-
worse for her. Like
She must be really good looking because no athletic talent, right? I mean, think about it. if there was a god, then everything would be like divided
John,
equally.
That's sexist.
How is that? Don't get me started on that, Doug. Don't get me started.
You're saying, but basically what you're saying is she has no tennis talent, but she's good looking, so it's all good.
Well, but it's a trade-off, right?
That's. I guess that's generally how it goes.
It's kind of
Either
like
you're good at sports or
Billy
you're
Joel. What it
attractive.
was Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley
I
were
don't know
married.
about
Can you
all that.
imagine their kid singing or looking like Billy Joel and singing like Christy Brinkley?
No,
That's
be-
cruel.
Wait,
it
it'd be
should
the
be the
other
other way
way.
around.
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, that would be great.
Life's
Okay?
not always fair.
Life's
John.
not always fair. Exactly. But can you imagine? Hopefully,
Can I
she's
go
gonna-
back to the Dodgers? Is that okay?
Possibly.
Just
Can we
tonight against the Mets. You see who's pitching, and I'm
Julio.
sitting here. Yeah, Olivas, is that how you say it?
Urias.
Urias.
Yeah.
Anyway, 19 years old,
19.
right?
Yeah.
Hasn't pitched in the majors.
Has like a 110 ERA in the
he
minors.
in AAA, he just had 27 straight
Right.
scoreless innings.
Right.
And then Alex Wood, the scheduled pitcher tonight, had a sore arm, so they're bringing him up to pitch.
for one game. Wow.
Now, do you think this is an audition, or do you think he stays on the
It's
on the
an
roster?
audition.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the bullpen, but you know if he
That's-
pitches great because everybody pitches good. I mean, Clayton's the only one that's pitching good.
Right.
We're 9-1 when he pitches. We're 14-18 when he doesn't.
Wow, you guys
So-
are horrible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
Are you guys in first place still?
No,
Yeah, anything-
I don't think you could be first place
Who's
with
in
the
first
14.
place?
San Francisco Giants.
That makes some more
Wow.
sense.
You're setting me up, aren't you?
Yeah, I was.
For that person you know.
Yeah, I know.
Up in Sacramento. Hi, Holly. Still hate the Giants.
Well, that goes without saying. So, okay, I was. Can I change the subject?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? And maybe Kira, you probably don't. But
Yeah.
do you remember Memorial Day? One of the big things for me was the Indianapolis 500.
Like I know of the Indianapolis
Yeah, I
500.
know.
It's like
No, I remember
Do you
when I
remember?
was a kid.
It
It
was
was
like,
a big
ooh, it was a
deal.
big deal.
I remember
Mario
my-
Andretti and
I remember it
the
wasn't on
Unsers.
TV. My dad would listen to it on the radio.
Yeah, it was a big thing. Now it's like
Did you just change the subject to NASCAR after
no,
making fun
no,
of Doug
now
for
it's
doing
now it's
IndyCar.
IndyCar.
Oh, IndyCar.
I admit I know
Ooh.
nothing about
I know
car
nothing
racing.
about it.
I have some friends that are fanatics, but it changed. I think it changed when the NASCAR came into the picture.
Came into the picture.
right?
It's kind of sad because that was one of the things that you remember about Memorial Day. You know, you're having a barbecue and you're watching Mario Andretti spin around. Back east,
Right.
it's on a little bit later, so you're inside watching it, and that's
Right.
kind of gone.
Yeah.
it's part of Americana. It's one of those things that's on my bucket list to actually go and do. I don't think I would have a great time, but
I heard it's phenomenal.
That's
400,000
Derby.
people.
I've been to the Preakness.
The
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about those horses, they're over. It's such a build-up, and then they're over in 1 minute.
All right. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying. Unless you're betting on them, which I would never condone.
You're a good
But
person.
But I
John.
do very well. All right, you've been listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS with Mr. Sports, your hometown station. We are back next week, Doug, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Sounds
good.
good.
All right, we'll see you. Have a great Memorial Day. Don't forget that it is Memorial Day and why it's Memorial Day.